Welcome to Retro Oxide Review. I'm Solid Oxide. Today we're covering Dino Crisis, and immediately following this review and retrospective, we'll be ranting and raving about PlayStation. If you're just here for the PlayStation rant, skip to this timestamp. Dino Crisis is a Capcom game released in July of 1999 for the PS1. In the style of the Resident Evil games, it was a major success, selling millions of copies over the course of its life. To this day, it is widely regarded as the best dinosaur game ever made on console. The next closest, in my opinion, being Jurassic Park on the Sega CD. It has two sequels, Dino Crisis 2 for the PS1, released in early 2000, months before the launch of the PS2, and Dino Crisis 3, an Xbox exclusive in 2003. Capcom has not remade or released a package of the collection or ports of the third. I remember when RE2 Remake came out, being very excited, thinking they would remake Dino Crisis in the RE engine. Still to this day, it's only a rumor, and to be honest, the way PlayStation is operating, if they didn't release it complete on disc, I wouldn't care, and I would buy a Steam machine and play it on there. I recommend playing these titles through emulation on PC, and I also recommend walking away from PlayStation and leveling up your choices, ownership, and consumer rights. It's never been easier to be a PC gamer for console players. I don't have a Steam machine, but I will for next gen. I hate the prices, but if you gotta have one, Steam makes the most sense and has the most protections. The story takes place in 2009. You play as Regina, an agent in a unit called SORT, an acronym standing for Special Operations Raid Team. Gale is the leader, Rick is the tech guy. Cooper falls victim to the T-Rex in the opening cutscene, and Regina is the player. You and your team parachute onto Ibis Island. Your target is Dr. Edward Kirk, who was reported dead 3 years prior, but is apparently working on an illegal weapons program called the Third Energy Experiments, ripping the fabric of space-time and bringing dinosaurs into our time. Can you stop him? The gameplay will be familiar to retro Resident Evil players. Tank controls, finding objects, backtracking, enemy encounters, limited ammo in space, weapons, puzzles, and boss fights all make an appearance in this game. The setting and the gameplay never overstay their welcome and still feels fresh all these years later. The cutscenes are good and the gameplay graphics are serviceable. There are some polygon jittering, but not as frequent as the original Resident Evil or the sequel Resident Evil 2. Frame rates are steady, and I never had a graphical moment that broke my immersion. This game still stands toe-to-toe with not only Resident Evil, but also with modern games as a whole. A true masterpiece, and just as fresh and fun as it was over 25 years ago. We at Team Oxide give Dino Crisis a 5 out of 5. A masterpiece. Before I get into the PlayStation rage, some promotions of my other projects first. Trek Patrol Episode 2 will drop next week. This series follows Captain Stan Houston and the Dauntless crew on a selfless mission to fight threats and to preserve and meet the standards set by previous generations of space exploration and learn from the mistakes you make, and being accountable to your subordinates. Check out episode 1 titled A Day in a Wake Up, out now on Solid Oxide's channel. I have a fan film I released a couple months back called Max Payne, A New York Minute, a short noir of an original story, keeping true to the pace and tone of the games. A lot more faithful than the adaptation movie that Mark Wahlberg was in. Check it out, like and comment, and let me know. For the Love of Physical, a news and retrospective show that formed from the ashes of the PlayStation boycott. My editor is on vacation, but expect more soon. Also, I'm taking the time to learn how to use something other than PlayStation to edit my stuff, so he's also helping me learn. It's a process, a slow one at that. So we're working on that. Make sure you like and subscribe to stay up to date, and we appreciate you. Crunchyroll, a PlayStation subsidiary, announced this week that it would be increasing the price of their subscription service and locking of their store to the top 2 tiers of the subscription service. Their plan is to kill all of physical media, as well as not support physical media on their future consoles, to ensure you pay them every month and can never own. PlayStation customers who bought Black Ops 1 and 2 ports got fucking ripped off. Servers are hacked. Players report that they cannot play the game at all. Sony has no plans on fixing. It's the same old game ported over with all the problems intact. No refunds are being offered currently. NCAA football and Madden, made by EA, are monetizing the single-player mode. Although it seemed like they were walking it back, they released a statement saying, for now, and that's a key word, for now, meaning is that we're still going to do it, we're just not doing it right this second to calm people down and avoid backlash. Hopefully these two movements separately will merge into one, and the PlayStation boycott. We all have the same enemy, folks. PlayStation still has not addressed their customers, instead choosing to count their money from the AI companies they sold us to. Most countries in the world cannot subscribe to PlayStation Plus due to its online features. Brazil and South America are suing Sony for $450 million for anti-consumer practices. Europe Stop Killing Games due to backroom bribes of government officials. Among the corrupt are lobbyists from Ubisoft and the ESRB. And finally, in the United States, our dictator's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is one of the reasons this is happening. He has placed himself in the games industry on the board of EA. To all his supporters of this shit, you're not an American, you're cosplaying as one. And one day this is going to end, and maybe then we can hang you for treason. I'm looking forward to it. That's it for me for today. I'm Solid Oxide. I appreciate you sticking with me. I appreciate your support. Leave a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.